Namaste and hello everyone. I'm Neha Kaushal, the Marketing Director for Sewa International's SHE programs, and I'm extremely honored to be a part of this interview today with two very inspiring and strong women. Welcome to today's interview, Kavita Krishnamurti Subramaniam ji and Jayanti Ramanan ji. Before we dive in, I'll just do a quick round of introductions for our audiences. Undoubtedly, one of the favorites of the critiques and the masses, Kavita ji's singing career reads like a fairy tale. Kavita ji is one artist who has managed to prove herself in every musical field which she has chosen to enter and has enthralled and dazzled her audiences from around the world with her singing, performances, recordings, and singing more than 30,000 songs in almost all the Indian languages. That's just phenomenal, Kavita ji. I mean, it just is phenomenal. And you're still doing concerts and going all around the world and playing the songs of the era that we have loved. And just to introduce Jayanti ji as well, she is the founder and the international director for our Sewa International SHE and SHE-CAF programs. She has been passionate about girls' education and women empowerment initiatives for the past 20 plus years. She has been working very closely with the African American girls, mothers, and Hispanic women by mentoring, counseling, and tutoring them. Today, through Sewa International, she has enabled more than 30,000 plus girls to attend schools, especially in UP, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu. Kavita ji, thank you so much for taking time out from your busy schedule and being with us today. We cannot thank you enough. And Jayanti ji, we could not have been able to do any of this without you. And here is a segment that, I think all of us have been waiting for. I'm super excited to announce that Kavita ji has graciously agreed to be the brand ambassador for Sewa International's SHE, Sanitation, Hygiene and Empowerment for the Girl Child, and SHE-CAF, the COVID-affected families programs. And we appreciate your presence here, Kavita ji, and welcome you to the SHE program and the family. Looking forward to many collaborations with you, Kavita ji, as we expand our project scope. Now, I think everyone has been very eagerly waiting to hear directly from you, Kavita ji. So I'll start by directing this first question to you. What do you think are some of the challenges, the girls of our nation are facing these days, Kavita ji?
Namaste, Jayanti ji, Neha ji, Prakash ji.
Namaste.
First, I would like to say that I'm indeed very, very happy to associate myself with such a fantastic organization which is doing so much for the empowerment of women, to give them employment, to train them in sanitation, hygiene, all the things that probably as a child when we saw India, we've dreamt that there would be a day when women could walk side by side with a man and get employed with equal amount of respect and status, and also to have a better family life, and to be able to regarding the sanitation and hygiene problems, how bad it has been in India. So I'm very, very happy to know that such fantastic work is being done and spearheaded by Jayanti ji. I'm extremely happy to associate myself with your organization, because I feel that naturally being born in a family where probably as a girl I got more love and affection than my siblings who were my brothers. I think we got to get educated in a convent school, whereas my brothers got educated in the Madrasi Higher Secondary School in Delhi. I got to get educated in Convent of Jesus and Mary because they felt that a girl's education was very, very important and that she has to go ahead. So I have not seen the difficulties which have been faced by a lot of women in India, especially the ones who are economically very, very poor, who are born in smaller towns, in villages. And of course, in the course of time, when I was in college and I used to do concerts and I used to go, I've seen women walking down the fields for hours to get to a place where they can, be private. And even in cities, standing in a queue it's been a very, very heartrending situation for so many years. And I'm kind of seeing that these things are changing for the better, and Seva is doing so much for these to handle these kind of problems. And of course, you have COVID. COVID, of course, is recent. COVID affected families. Well, I'll say the challenges are still that there are a lot of families, I would say, not in cities, but in smaller towns and in villages where they still feel that a girl has to be groomed only for marriage. you know,
Yes.
getting her to go to school, to get educated, to go to college, to get educated, to do a job. The parents still have the fear, oh हमारी लड़की तो खराब हो जाएगी, or she will, we will lose control over her. So those things are still there, so we still need to modernize our countries. We still need to, of course, I would say towns like, let's say, the bigger towns, there things are better. I see a lot of young women now, very educated, doing jobs, but still in villages, definitely it's still very, very backward. And there is so much work that needs to be done in that section. And for me, I feel that, to a certain extent, I feel that music can be a very important tool, because by teaching them the arts, any form of art, and since I'm connected with music, I feel there can be employment, there can be less stress, and apart from that, they can all, if we find talent, they can be performers, or they can be teachers. If they're not at a performance level, then I feel they can be, employed as music teachers in schools, or they can, even if they're little educated, they can do online teaching for children all over the world. That we're always looking for teachers in Hindustani classical music, Carnatic classical music. So I feel there is scope for employment for uh, girls in this field, and in that way, if there's anything I and my husband can do to help, find these people who can sing a little bit, little talented, whom we can say, okay, you'll be at least teacher level. Or if you're very, very brilliant, then we can give you a break, or put you on to some people who can give you a break.
Yep.
So any way like that, we could help. We are there. That's what I feel. Now that I'm part of your organization, I would be very happy to do. If you could instruct me how to go about it, I'd be very happy to do things for people. Young women who can be good teachers, good musicians, good
Yep.
instrumentalists, anything that I would like to help from that angle. Certainly.
Yep. No, and I think you bring a very good point, Kavita ji. I think that's what we've been trying to do with our SHE-CAF program, where we are trying to empower these women, through different skill development programs. And this could be one
Yes.
of them, right? Where we could just partner with you on teaching music and then, kind of placing them. So ultimately giving employment to these women, making them financially independent, making them more empowered and, feeling good about themselves, that mental calmness for them. So I think that's a great idea, and we would definitely like to move in that direction as well. Jayanti ji, any remarks or anything that you would like to add to that?
Yes, I'm also thinking, as Kavita ji was speaking, I said, can we bring music as one of our CAF programs as well? Because there are talented young women who have lost the power to move out and do whatever it is. Is there any way, excuse me, we can bring them along and then start the training as well? So my brain is going in different tangents as to how we can bridge and bring things together.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah, I think Jayanti ji, I think that could be one of our next, objectives for the SHE-CAF program on how we
Exactly.
can, bring music in and kind of, start working towards that. So definitely. Kavita ji, I would also like to ask you one question. What motivated you to join Sewa International and specifically SHE and SHE-CAF programs?
I think, firstly, I would thank Jayanti Ramanji, because I think she reached out to me through a common friend, and to find out whether I would be interested. And then when I heard about the good work that you all have done, then you reach a point. I've been performing, singing all these years, and enjoying myself, enjoying my music, everything. But at this point of time, where my husband and two of my children are definitely into music education, and I have been supporting it in whichever way I could, because my children run a program for kids, and school kids, educating them with music. And my husband has started a organization called the Lakshmi Narayana Global Center of Excellence, which is named after his father and his guru, where he's trying to do skill enhancement programs, on credit based programs, attached to the Karnataka Open University, as well as he's doing BA and MA programs, and also started a PhD program with Jain University. He's collaborating with Jain University, and also collaborating with Vishwakarma University in Pune. So they are running MA, BA, and PhD programs. And we've also had a couple of Sri Lankan children who came, and we facilitated them to do their BA programs when we're trying to see if we can get them back to do an MA program so that they can go back to Jaffna and teach music, Carnatic music. There's so much interest in. So he is a pioneer in this field because he's the one who also started SAPA, which is the Subramaniam Academy of Performing Arts, which my children, he started the whole organization and then gave it to my children who have taken it forward with doing SAPA in schools, which is a compulsory subject in schools, music. So a lot of the schools in the south, especially Bangalore, a lot of schools have this program. And then they're also doing the SAPA, the institution where children who are extremely interested in music come and learn music privately, not from school. So they're doing both these programs, which are spearheaded by my husband. And now he's given them the SAPA, which is a children's education. And he has got into the higher education of music, which is the BA, MA, and the PhD programs. So I've seen the amount of work that they are doing and thing. And in my capacity, sometimes I do workshops. Sometimes I talk about music, and especially my field has been playback singing. So how to use your voice, how to learn classical music, and then how to translate it when you do a film song. Those kind of workshops I have been doing, like what is a bhajan, what is a ghazal. Those kind of workshops I've been doing for these children. And at the same time, any way I can support them, I've been there. So I thought if I can help Sewa, if you all find some talented children, or you feel children who really want to learn music, then whichever way, of course, I'll be roping in my husband and my children to help me with this program, since they're actually actively running it. So then we can see how to train some of these girls into doing music and learning. And for some of them who are probably remotely placed and cannot come into town, maybe we can do an online program for them. But basically, they have to have the aptitude. Then we can teach them music. And perhaps if they work hard, bring them to a level where they can be teachers, where they can teach on their own. And if they are very good, our organizations can, include them as teachers. That's what I'm thinking, that how can we give them employment? So maybe that's the best way we could do things. So we will, we will see how we can take this forward. Of course, I'll have to get the support of my family to help you all, and I'm sure they all will. But for me, mainly, I think music education is a very important education. I feel it's education which completes a person,
Right.
and it will definitely help in life for all these women who want to, one way or the other it helps. Yeah, one way or the other, music helps. I've seen that in art.
Yep, no, absolutely. And I think, we are all very excited and, just honored that, Kavita ji, you are a part of our family now.
I didn't say honored and all those words because I feel, that I've come to a stage in life where I have to thank God and thank the people for having given me love and support, for allowing me to stay in music for 50 years. And now, if there is something I can do in return for the people of my country, for the women of my country, for the girls, whatever is within my capacity, I still don't know what my capacity is. This is a capacity which Sewa is going to test me on. And if I can do something in return, and a few years later, I can say, yes, we've done our best. That's a very good feeling for me to, at my age now,
Right.
after saying, okay, I've been actively involved in my career, but if I can do something from my side, I think it'll give me more pleasure than anybody else.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. I totally agree to that, Kavita ji. Totally 100%.
We'll keep you busy, Kavita ji.
And your family too.
My family is going to be more busy than me, I think.
I'll just ask one more last question, Kavita ji. Any words for our Sewa volunteers here, our donors here in the US? Anything that you want to share with them?
I think probably you've motivated them enough, your donors and sponsors. But I'd like to say that that these kind of projects, nobody can, force you to involve yourself. You have to come to a point in life where you feel, okay, God has given me enough. What can I do to return my affection for my country, which has given me you're in US, but you're all Indians basically. Your identity is from India.
Yep.
And what can you do for your mother country, which still needs your help? They are not they are not an advanced nation. We are still we. I'm very very proud of the status of India today. I'm very very proud of where India has come. But still, we are dealing with so many people. So American Indians, if they can still feel that they have their roots there, I'll say each one of you think of your own territory and do for your own territory. That's also is good enough. You don't have to feel that you have to do for a territory you don't know. You do for your own people, for your own village, of the village from where your father has come from, the village where your mother has come from. Each one of you do it for your own village and your own thing, and see what you can do. I would feel that, like Swami Vivekananda said, the more you do for others, finally you reach the path of moksha. Whatever you do, making money, collecting money is not going to give you happiness. It is this sharing with people around you which is going to give you happiness. Ultimately, when you cross, I don't know, whichever age, and you feel that you're going towards the last days of your life, your peace and happiness will come only when you can do for people around you if you're in a position. So that's what I think a lot of your people are doing that. That's why Seva is existing and Sewa-CAF SHE programs are doing well. I would say continue, and each one in his own capacity. Everyone doesn't have to give money, but time and affection and love is a very very important thing too.
Said that's a great advice. Just focus on the territories from where all of us are, and just keep helping India wherever we can, and especially catering to the needs of our girls of the nation, where some of the basic amenities are still missing. So if all of us combine together, as the saying goes, together we serve better. I think we just have to keep doing it. We just have to keep at it, and we will be able to succeed.
Yes. Anything you want to add, Prakash ji?
No, it's a nice thought shared by Kavita ji. Thank you for sharing what your husband and your children are doing, and of course you are there. So, and a great thought about music plan about girls. Music is really good. Even people don't do professionally. Even singing at home will give them relief of lots of stress and so many things. So it's something to be taken care of, and plus it is our like something like Indian music. We can say Bharati music. They're all our precious stuff which we should be taking care of, and of course
And
we can.
like Prakash, this if they, some of the girls are talented and they learn to sing well. Okay, even if they sing in their little village school or some
Right.
15th August function, that girl sings there and she gets respect for her from her community
Right.
around her for doing
Right.
that. It will be
Correct.
some sense of identity for her.
Correct.
So I
Yeah.
feel like if the other children or the other people walking in the village will respect her for being able to sing well, saying,
Of
"Okay,
course.
ये program हो रहा है, come join up, lead karo." So there's,
Right.
and then it's, I think it's a good feeling. It's a very very good
It
feeling.
is, and it
You can
increases
encourage
their.
them to start like that.
Correct. It will
Yeah,
boost their confidence also.
yeah,
It opens
yeah,
their throat chakra and everything.
yeah,
It's very
yeah.
important. Yeah. Thank you.
And then maybe they learn to write their own songs, which is a wonderful thing.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah,
anyways creative, so they can
yeah,
do
yeah.
lots of things.
Lots of things they can do. Yes.
And lot more people are, like you said, it is picking my brain. We are thinking of so many activities, so many training particles, and we should bring music also part of our curriculum, whereby
Yeah.
we'll be able to mold everything. It's just not every all day long Jack plays and there is no time for him to relax and get the energy down. So that's a very good point, and I'm thinking more and more, and most of our children can at least sing bhajans, if nothing else.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also so many things like, we can make sure that they learn songs for different festivals, for Holi, for Diwali. So we can motivate them to say, okay, on Holi, you have a program in your area or whatever, and you sing. And there are so many ways we can look at
Yes,
it.
yes,
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. We'll work on it as soon as the school starts. We will get
yeah.
the pipeline filled up, especially at least let's start in Bangalore with the government schools.
If you can start with Bangalore in government schools, that would be the best thing because it's our area. We live there. It's much
Right.
easier for us. Yes, it's a very
Okay.
good idea, Jagdiji.
We have adopted
Yeah.
3 schools, Annamaya School, which has got about
Yes.
450 kids in there.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
we would have some pull there because our volunteers go on tutor there. We are there on an everyday
Okay.
basis. So getting
Very
there
good.
will not be a problem. Let me fill at least 50 and then send it to you as a first level
Okay.
of my commitment.
Sure. Fantastic. Very good. Excellent.
Awesome. Yeah. No, I just want to thank all of you for taking out the time and, having this very open, candid conversation. I think that's what we all need on how we can, go ahead and spearhead this initiative further. So thank you so much, Kavita ji. Thank you so much. Jane.
Thank you, Neha. And we
Prakash
need
ji.
Prakash ji,
you.
Neha. We
Thank
need
you.
more youngsters also to join. Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you.